Hi everyone, my name is Mayank Sharma. So this is a final exam assignment of the course HRM 310. So first I would like to welcome my friend Pooja in this meeting. So Pooja, I'll be explaining you a
Thank
topic.
you.
So Pooja, I'll be explaining you a topic I have chosen of my interest. So I'll try to explain all the parts of it, all the different parts and the components it have. So let's begin with the presentation directly. Okay, let me share with you my screen first.
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right. So Pooja, this is a final exam assignment of the course Organizational Behavior and Change Management, HRM 310. So in this assignment, I have to choose a topic which I really like the most, right? So I have to explain different components of that topic, different parts of it, right? And I have to also explain why I like that topic and why I enjoyed reading that topic a lot, right? So we will
Okay.
directly now we will jump into the presentation. So let me begin with the slide one. Okay, so the topic I have chosen is perception. So when we perceive something, we perceive through five senses. So when we touch, we smell, we feel, right? We hear, we taste. So these are five sensory organs through which we interpret information. So that is what perception does. Perception means when we perceive something, when we interpret something from an external environment, right? In accordance with our experiences that has happened in the past, with the different situations, with the variety of with the culture we are having, with the values we are having, we perceive that information according to these factors. So that is what perception is, right? So let me move to the next slide. So right, so basically perception has certain factors that influence it. So those factors basically are the perceiver, the target, the situation, right? So I'll move into the next slide and we will first discuss what these factors are, right? So Pooja, let's take a situation. Uh, when a when we see a player, when I see a person who is playing football, right? So in that situation, who is the perceiver? So I'll be the perceiver who is perceiving that information from that person, right? And the target, now the target will be that person playing football. Okay, so the person playing football will be the target whom I am perceiving. And the situation, the third important part of the factors that influence perception is the situation. So now while I'm perceiving that person playing football, so I'll see that what is the situation behind me, right? So is there any crowd? Is the ground is with no people? So is there any rain? Is there sunlight? So all these consider a situation, right? So it will depend upon the situation, right? The environment in which I will be perceiving. So these are basically the factors. So now I'll go back to the slide, right? Slide two. So here we will see that how these three categories of people, these three categories of factors, how they have certain components in it, right? For example, the perceiver. So the perceiver is the person who is perceiving something, and it can be affected by his attitude also. His attitude can be positive. His attitude can be negative also. So attitude plays an important part. The another one is motive. So what was the motive of that person when the time he was perceiving, and what was the interest of that person while he was perceiving that thing, and is there any past experiences that has molded his psychology or his mindset about that situation, about that person. So these are basically the factors that can influence perceiver, right? So there is another factor, that is the target. So target can be influenced by certain factors. For example, the number one is that novelty means that when we are meeting a person who is very new to us, we do not know that person from our past, right? So the first time we make an image of that person in our mind, so that is basically called novelty, right? So another is then, how about the motion and sounds in the environment at that point of time? What was the size and background? What was the factors in the background going on, right? And the last one is the situation. So the factors influencing situation are basically time, what was the work setting, what was the social setting. So these are basically the factors, right, which influence perception. So I will be moving to the slide fourth, right? So Pooja, whenever we perceive something, we sometimes make errors perceiving someone, right? So we can be making some mistakes, we can be making some misjudgments about someone. So these are basically called perpetual errors. So there are 6 common perpetual errors which every individual makes around the world. So we will discuss them by one. So the number one perpetual error is selective perception. So selective perception is very interesting factor, because selective perception means when we perceive some other person, right, on the basis of what we like, right? If I like the culture, if I like the experiences, if I like that area, if that person is the qualities of person is about of my interest, right? So I'll be looking for the other person upon the basis of my selection of interest, right? For example, people of Sweden, they are considered very sweet and polite because that has been made an image about them, right? So another factor is halo effect, right? Another error. So halo effect means that when we make interpretation only on the basis of single characteristic of that person. So for example, somehow we see some person who is playing guitar, right? We feel that he's playing good guitar, he'll be a good human being. Whereas we see another person who is not playing such good guitar, he's not playing any good instrument, so we perceive that as not a good human being. So that is the basis upon which we perceive someone, only upon the basis of the single attribute. So that is basically called halo effect. The another one is contrast effect. In contrast effect, Pooja, what we do, you must have been acquainted with the fact that whenever we went into the organization for an interview, right? So what we observe that whenever an employer interviews his employee, so whenever he found a perfect employee for himself, perfect candidate for himself, he tries to compare other candidates to which to that candidate specifically, right? So that is basically contrast effect, right? He's perceiving other by comparing him to the perfect candidate. So that is basically contrast effect. So these were the first 3 perpetual errors. Now let's see the other 3 perpetual errors. So the number one is projection. All right, so projection basically means what we do, we perceive other person by the similarity of our own qualities. We try to look our own qualities in that person, right? If I am a good singer, I'll be looking at another person, that if he is a good singer, I'll be perceiving him in a very good way, right? If I am a disciplined person, I feel that another person should be a disciplined person. If another person is not a disciplined person, I'll perceive him in a negative way. So that is basically called projection. Okay. So the another error is stereotyping. Stereotyping is basically very common perpetual error these days. It is basically means that when we perceive some other person only on the basis of the group he belongs to. So for example, I have written an example. People from Muslim community nowadays, they are always judged as terrorists because of the image they have been indulged into, right? Similarly, black people in America, they are still looked as notorious, they are still looked as criminals. So this is basically stereotyping, right? So the last one is attribution theory. Attribution theory is the theory in which we judge people's behavior uh, as as we see that whether their behavior is caused internally or externally. So it has basically 3 factors, Pooja. So what we will see, Pooja, we will make a situation that we will try to make a situation that, for example, when a person committed a theft in an organization, right, and his employer came to know about it. So there are 3 factors in attribution theory. So the first one is distinctiveness. Distinctiveness basically means that whether that individual will commit the same act in other situations also. So the employee will see that whether that employee who has committed theft, he would perform all those act in the other situation also. The another one is consensus. Consensus basically means that we see that whether the other people of the organization, whether they will perform similarly in that situation, right? So the another one is last one is consistency. Consistency means that whether the individual is acting similarly in a frequent situations, he's doing that act continuously or not. So this is what attribution theory constitutes. So these were the 6 perpetual errors that constitutes perception, right? So let's move to the another slide, Pooja. Another slide is perpetual process. So in perpetual process, we came to know about the how an individual perceives something, right? So there are 4 processes. That first one is receiving, the second one is selecting, the third one is organizing, and fourth one is interpreting, right? So let's move to the next slide and discuss them in detail. So the first one is receiving. Receiving basically means when a person receives all the information through his sensory organs. As we have discussed earlier, the sensory organs are when we smell something, when we see something, when we hear something, when we taste something, when we touch something, right? So these are basically the sensory organs from which a person receives information. So the another thing is selecting. In this stage, the person tries to figure out specific information of his interest, right? The way he wants that information, the way he likes that information, right? So he select the information on the basis of his, culture, values, his experiences, his situation, and many other factors. So the another process is organizing. So organizing means that the after he select that information, the person tries to organize his thoughts, like in an order to which he wants to say them loud, to in which he want to perceive something, right? And it ends with interpreting. At lastly, after organizing, the person analyzes all the information, and he makes an idea about it, an opinion about it, right? So that is how perceiving the person perceives something, and make a perception of it, right? So this is the perpetual process. So the last thing, so why I chose this topic. So I found this topic really interesting because I believe that people have different personalities, they have different ideas, they have different views, they have different, different theories about the world. So it is really, amazing to understand their behavior. It is really amazing how they perceive other people, and what are the factors that affect their perceivings, their perception, right? So it is really important to understand all the factors that determine their perception. And also, if I become a HR, it would also help me in my organization, because in my organization also there will be different employees who have different ways to perceive others, right? So it would help me a lot to, to get to know the individuals, to get to know how they perceive others. So it would be amazing to have about the knowledge of this concept in the future as a HR. So this was the end of my topic. Hope you liked it, Pooja. So thank you so much.
Yes, I have learned a lot. Thank you.
It's all right, Pooja. So thank you so much. This was my end to presentation. Thank you.